Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to change the battery on a Razor E200 scooter. Basically you need to remove these Phillips head screws. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those and 2 torx bit screws. Okay, another thing that we found out is on the 2 last Phillips head screws at the end of the scooter, there are 2 nuts underneath that like to spin when you're trying to undo the Phillips screws. So, you know, nothing's easy. So you want to hold these in place with the wrench. And on this scooter, it ended up, we need a 5/16 inch wrench, and that would fit perfect over those 2 screws. So basically, you just have to hold the screw in place and then use your Phillips head screwdriver to turn the screws, and they'll back out for you. Okay, so that's all you need to do is to take these screws out. And I kind of cheated. I took the 2 out of the end that I was just showing you because I couldn't hold the camera and hold the wrench and do the screwdriver at the same time, but you can kind of, let's try to get the gist of it. Same with these, and it doesn't, not a very long process, it goes pretty quick. That out. There's another screw. And they come out fairly easily. And you gotta switch to the torx bits right here. Once those are loosened, you should be able to take them right out by hand. It doesn't take much to loosen them up. And we had the scooter for about a year and the battery failed, and actually Razor was really good about sending us a free battery. It was still under warranty, and this one had been sitting in the box for a little while before we got it. That's what you do. Now all of our screws are out, and you just can lift up on the back cover, and this whole assembly will slide right out for you. And now there's 2 batteries in here with some connectors and a couple of Phillips screwdrivers. So you need to take the support bracket out of the way. Alright, so once you have the cover off, there's a support bracket holding the 2 batteries in place, and there are 2 screws holding those in also. They're Phillips screws, so you can remove those with the Phillips screwdriver. And one of the things I want to say is, you know, when you're messing around in here, there's relays and there's some other things, so be careful you don't have any like metal rings on or anything metal that can short something out. We did shut the switch off, but you know, when dealing with electrical stuff, you never know. Okay, so once you get the cover off in the support bracket, there's going to be 2 wires connecting these batteries in. There's a cable right here, and it plugs into the harness right here. There's a little tab. Squeeze that tab in, and you can disconnect the battery. And then there's another wire on the front battery, and it goes into a relay. I believe it's a relay. Could be wrong, but it looks like a relay to me, into the front of the scooter here. So I'm gonna wiggle that and disconnect it and pull it out. And these things can be a little tough to get out of here. Basically, you can put your finger under the front one and pull it up. You don't want to yank on the wires because that could damage the wiring. Actually, there's one more plug right here that I missed. This one would go, it's a red and black wire. Make sure it's matched up with the red and black wire on the scooter. Looks like a transformer or something. And I'm going to take this one out. And there's one more red wire that goes into a relay in here. This is the bottom down here. So you want to take that one out as well. And I believe when they got these new batteries from Razor, it came with instructions on where to put everything. So if you get a stubborn one, you can use a flathead screwdriver. Just kind of pry it out a little bit. That'll help you get it out without breaking it. And now your batteries are removed and you can install your new batteries. So this battery is fine, and I'm just gonna hook everything back up to the way it was. As if we had a new battery. So you're gonna match up the wiring. Here's the red and black wire, the red and black connector. Make sure it snaps into place, you can hear a click. And this black wire went to the top of the relay. Push it in place. Make sure none of the wiring is pinched. Okay, it's down there. And then you want to also connect this other wire to the back battery. This one's on our scooter has a blue and tan, and it connects over to the blue and yellow. It can only plug in one way. Then you can hear click in place. So double check your connections. The red one's hooked up, the black wire is hooked up to the relay. Both of our connectors to the batteries are locked in place. Kind of tuck all the wiring down. And now, put this pad back on, and you connect the cross brace that holds the battery securely back in place. And this isn't a very difficult task, but with the wiring and everything, it can be a little scary to do. So to show you from A to Z. The other one back in here. And make sure the screws are finger tight so you don't strip them, start them finger tight first, and then you can use your Phillips screwdriver. Now what you can do before you button up the whole deck is you can turn the power on to make sure if the power light lights up. And this one does. You can twist the throttle real quick. Everything operates correctly. So now shut the power back off. You don't want to hit anything by accident with the metal screwdriver, so make sure the power's off because that could short something out. Then you put your cover back on. And all the screws in. And what you want to do is kind of start all the screws, make sure everything lines up. Just put them in real loose. And I'm going to do the two ones at the end here, the bolts. Then the torx screws. And then secure everything down in place. And make sure your rear screws are in place, and then these 2 torx screws. Sometimes it's faster to just put them in my hand. And then once all 6 screws are fastened down, you need 2 torx screws, you should be ready to ride your scooter again. So, thank you for watching.